All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the REVN community stream for update 15.19. I'm Silas, the creative director here at Ambitious Games.
And I am Alistair, the lead balance designer.
All right. I'm going to give people a couple extra minutes to show up since we did have some big announcements today, and people might want to be here for that. Make sure we've got our Discord announcements going out. Looks like we did. All right. So let's kind of jump right into all of what we've been working on this week and what you can expect in the patch that's going out on Monday. First up, I got a bunch of new content, some new sound effects for burst rifle, the smash ability, and when you are capturing terminals. We also have launch pads in this update. Alistair, tell us what's going on with those.
Yeah, so launch pads are going to be at your first tier turret, the one closest to your core, and they are basically going to just blast you off into lane when you walk over them. Currently, this is like a pretty early version of them, and we're going to be doing some more work with them, tuning them to kind of figure out how far we want them to send players. But you'll kind of launch yourself off and then do a little roll when you land. Pretty exciting. This is kind of a larger answer to moving around the map in general within the game. There's a lot of downtime for players in the time that they're spending running from their core to lane. So the launch pads kind of aim to clean that up a little bit and help players get into the action a little faster. Um, Overall, going to be a really positive change for the game. Just good fun and going to be good for the game's overall balance too. So very excited for them.
Yeah, this is a work in progress version, right? So it'll be coming out
Yeah.
on Monday. We want to test it and really push it to the limits of, whether or not it's a good addition to the game, how it interacts with various mechanics, and whether or not it's, something you can exploit or it has crazy bugs. Really the objective here is to find out if launch pads will make a positive impact on the game. So we might be coming back to you next week with a community stream where we're telling you that they were uh, too much, that they were too powerful or too crazy, but we're hoping that they will have a positive impact on the game. And if that is what we find out, then we're going to start working on the sound design and the actual proper visuals for them. Right now, they are a pretty basic, just piece of text in the world that says launchpad, and there's like a black square on the ground. If you walk onto it, it launches you. It doesn't look very nice right now. So if it feels good, if it plays well in the gameplay, the balance of the game, then we'll start working on the art for it, and you can expect to see that rolling out, within a few weeks.
Yep.
Oh,
And otherwise, we've got the new sandwich bot in the sandwich shop.
oh yeah, yeah,
So Sandwich Vendor is no longer the old Minion model. Sandwich Vendor is its own AI now, doing its own thing.
very
Uh,
cool.
Bunch of arms, dangly arms. We showed it concept art for it last week in the previous stream. Very exciting. Uh, can't wait to get my sandwich from him or her. We will
Yeah,
soon.
I think there's even an animation that plays now when he's like sort of throwing the sandwich towards you.
Yep.
I don't think it's quite synced up right now, so you can expect some updates there. Like the sandwich kind of flies out maybe before his arm moves. There's a little bit of polish to be done there, but it's coming along. Jake did a really nice job with the animations. I believe tied to the modeling. I saw he even stuck in a few like stickers on the robot, which I thought was really cool. So like kind of like you might put stickers on your laptop or your water bottle. The vending robot chef has like stickers on his body, which I thought was really cool. So I'll have to show some pictures of that. I don't know if you have any in the slides here, Alistair. Otherwise, I can
I don't
dig
think I have
around.
any of the. I don't think I have any of the updated sandwich.
Oh,
But I don't
okay.
think I have the model in.
All right. Let me pull this up on stream here real quick. This will do it. There we go. Yeah. So this is just a little snippet of it, and this is the full. Oh, that's not textured. Well, here you can see some of those stickers. You got a little heart, kiss the chef, sentimental robot. Uh, so super excited to see that in game.
Yep, it's gonna be really fun. Otherwise, just a bunch of new flavor text on a bunch of abilities and stuff.
Hmm.
This is kind of alluding to the ongoing project that is lore. Um, but what we can give you right now is flavor text. So a few abilities got these. I know like Chilling Blast was one of them. If you're really
Oops.
interested in this stuff and you want to see more of it, I'd highly recommend you just kind of like poke around in the shop and game and just see what there is to see because you might find something that's kind of interesting. Um, that's
Yeah.
about it for the new content this week. And
Oh
up
yeah.
next, I think,
Here's the launch pad.
yeah.
This
So you'll see
little
it's kind of this like black square on the ground, and it's gonna just kind of send you on your way. Um, Certainly gonna be fun to play around with.
Yeah. This is one of the things that we're doing to address the feedback we've gotten recently that the map is pretty big and takes a long time to get to lane and get to the action. So these launch pads will help address that.
Yep, pretty
Okay,
excited.
balance
Oh,
changes. All
oh
right,
boy.
there's a lot
So
here. It's a huge
you guys
patch.
might notice, that the balance changes this week are actually a smaller text size than they normally are because there were so many things to put into it. Um, First and foremost, let's just dive right into it. Reaper Clip. Reaper Clip is one of the starter items in the game, alongside Energy Scavenger, Vanguard Plating, and Scout Protocol. Reaper Clip, lifesteal and just general value was very undertuned. Um, because it was the first starter item that was ever made. And then we came out with three more, and then we buffed those three, and then we never buffed Reaper Clips. So this is Reaper Clips catch-up patch.
Yep.
So the lifesteal is actually getting like doubled on it. It's going from it's going from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7% to 6, 8, 10, 12, 14% lifesteal to all of its respective ranks. And then the heal on player kill, which is kind of Reaper Clip's unique passive, because all of the starter items do have their own little unique passive. The heal on player kill is going up from 110 to up to 160. It is now going to go 200 to 600. Um, 160 health really was like nothing in Revan. That gets shredded after 2 to 3 rounds for most guns. So, really leaning into the heal on player kill facet of Reaper Clip, making it more of like an early game kind of win that maybe you clutch up a 2v1 with it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, Adding a lot of power to its unique passive though. Very excited to see where it goes, especially with the more lifesteal that we're adding. And you're going to see later we're doing some other things to kind of deal with adding more life steal too. Um, and it's actually the next thing that we've got here. That's we're adding anti-heal to reflective armor. A few patches ago, you guys might remember, we took the bonus percent health passive off of reflective armor and we moved that over to nano weave. Uh, we did not adjust reflective armor accordingly at that time, so it was sitting in a pretty bad place. We've got some more stuff happening with it too. So first off, it's going to get anti-healed. It's going to scale similarly to that of antimatter rounds. So it's going to start off at 10%, scale up to 50% anti-heal, and this is going to be triggered by taking damage from the reflective armor. So if you shoot somebody who has reflective armor, you're going to get the anti-heal debuff. It lasts for 3 seconds. Otherwise, reflective armor's stats have been tuned way down comparatively to its other tank item counterparts. In exchange for this, it's getting its Iker cost lowered from 700, scaling up to I think 1100. It is now going to be 300 to 700. So now Tier 5 of reflective armor is going to cost the same as Tier 1 of reflective armor did previously. This is just more of like an overall item rework to the item. It wasn't really functioning in a particularly healthy way, so when we removed its passive, it got even funkier, and now we're just kind of taking it in a new direction. Um, Otherwise, Scout
Yeah,
Protocol.
emergency shields. Ooh boy,
Oh
that
no,
one.
I skipped right over Scout Protocol. We got to get in on this.
Oh, okay, okay.
I had to get the reflective. I should have put those together in the slides that I had them streamlined like that. But Scout Protocol, another starter item to kind of keep up with Vanguard plating. Its healing effect is going to take place after 3 seconds out of combat. That's about it. It's just keeping things in line. Their competitors, keeping them kind of in check. All right, emergency shields, fun one. Go.
Yeah, this is all Arb's fault. Uh, Arb made this thing super strong, just bringing its cooldown up so that it's not available every single time you get into a fight. Brings it more into that ultimate tier cooldown rather than like an encounter level cooldown.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Another one that this past week we saw was pretty intense as far as abilities go was Riot Shield cost or not cost Riot Shield. Oh my god, I read the slide. Uh, no, Riot Shield in general was just in a really weird place. Uh, we did an armor rework a little while ago. Um, that resulted in a lot more armor being in the game as a individual stat. Riot Shield was designed around a lot less armor being in the game, and has or had a 100% armor scaling on it. This made Riot Shield users incredibly tanky, which we're totally cool with.
Yep, it was the
But
intended mechanic, but damn, were those stats a little overtuned. I mean, not only is Riot Shield a second health bar, but when it had its own internal armor and then also added your armor to it, it was like having an even tankier version of yourself to body block yourself with. It was just huge. So I'm really glad that Balance Team is bringing down the armor scaling, but you're also buffing it by giving it that cost reduction. So it's not like a complete nerf to the ability this patch.
yeah, so overall, it's going from a 20 or it's going from that 100% armor scaling. It's now going to scale from 20% up to uh 60%. I think it might scale to 100%. I'm thinking about that. It might go 2, 4, 6, 8, but regardless, it's going to scale up to a powerful state. It is not going to just be a instant buy and it starts off as like a 50 armor shield that you can put out in front of you. So it's like an insane amount that nobody could deal with in the early game or even the mid game really. Um Overall very happy we caught this. I think we're going to be taking Riot Shield in a more like common ability direction where it's like something that you can use on an engagement basis, and maybe not necessarily build your entire character around. um, but we're definitely going to be keeping a close eye on it and seeing how it's doing because the cost reduction was only down by 100 Iker per tier. So that ends up being a total of like 500 Iker cheaper for the tier 5 version of the ability, uh, which is pretty significant, but it might not be enough. We'll see. We'll have to pay attention to it because we did really like how it was performing, even if it was a little overtuned.
Yeah. We'll kind of rapid fire through these next couple ones. Sentry turret will now die 5 seconds after the caster dies. That's pretty straightforward. You don't want those turrets sticking around for too long after the player dies that cast it.
Certainly not 60 seconds.
Yep. Smart gun no longer targets minions. This is just a nice quality of life thing. Typically, when players cast Smart Gun, they want to be bursting down an enemy player. So we removed the minion targeting from it, so you can just ignore minions when you activate this ability. And finally, this last one is huge for the economy of the game, and we all know that Alistair is the big econ guy. He's all about those scaling late comps. Tell us why we did this.
Yeah. So previously, real quick, I want to talk about how it was working before. On the last upgrade, if you refunded an item, you would get 50% of the last upgrade's cost back. So now you're getting 50% of your total investment. Um, the big thing here, balance wise, that we're trying to push for is REVN has always been kind of a game about being a little bit flexible within your build. That's why we give you 6 ability slots, even though you can only run 3 abilities actively at a time. And in the same way, we want people to be able to adjust their items to the game state. So this is kind of saying that if you spent um say like 2700 Iker on something, uh we'll like give you half of that back so that you can at least buy like half of another item. Versus before you would probably only be able to buy the starter tier of another item. So this is like maybe you're investing a lot in armor, and then the game develops for about 15 minutes, and you see, oh, everybody's a caster on the other team, so maybe I need energy resistance instead of armor. You can sell one of those heavily invested in armor items, get a bunch of your money back, and start investing in the stat that you need.
Moving on to bug fixes. We got some fixes for the damage number pop-ups. We heard you guys complaining about this for a while. It's pretty annoying when you want to know how much damage you're dealing, so we've got a fix coming out for that. We've got some cloth fixes for the noble skin, and the recoil fixes. This is a huge bug fix slash quality of life improvement. We are making some pretty big changes to how recoil behaves in the game. We've been changing how recoil behaves over
Hmm.
the last few patches, trying to fine tune it. And I think with this patch, we're gonna really hit a point where we are really happy with how recoil feels in the game. Of course, there's still probably a small amount of tuning to do, but there is a big fix coming in this patch that will address probably the biggest concern that we've had.
Yeah, like you said, I wouldn't necessarily call that one a bug fix. I did put it in the bug fixes section because it felt very buggy for those of you who played last patch. But
Yeah, yeah,
no, this is more so like an unintended interaction of a few systems that were all implemented in last patch. So we're gonna be going through like tomorrow basically and fixing all of
yeah.
this so we can hopefully have a more enjoyable playtest next week.
All right. And finally, account signups, the thing everybody's here to hear about. Alistair, you want to talk about this? You want me to?
Yeah, no, sure. I'll dive right into it.
All right.
Because this is really exciting. On June 10th, we are going to be doing a server stress test that weekend. So that's going to be the 10th, 11th, and the 12th of June. And for all of those days, we're going to be running a promo code, which is yet to be revealed. But we will be running a promo code to get you guys some credits so that you can kind of jumpstart your ability collection and buy some of the abilities that maybe you want to try out. Um, but yeah, June 10th, we're going to be adding the sign up button in here, and you'll be able to make your REVN account. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides,
And I'll talk a little bit about, why it's taken so long because, we did a stress test middle of April, a 1 week stress test with the playable VI3s. Had a really great time getting feedback, playing the game with you guys. Um, and then we had to shut the servers back down and do a lot of maintenance. We had some server bugs we wanted to fix. We had some issues with accounts being signed up and not working. Sign up button didn't work sometimes. You had to like double click it. You had to do a bunch of weird stuff to get your account to work. So we are now pretty confident that those things are fixed. We are giving ourselves another a couple of weeks to just double check that everything is top notch for that. We also have been working on a lot of new content, a lot of changes to the map, and also expanding the team. We've been hiring a lot of new developers and artists, and so the entire team has just been super busy getting everything up to speed, making sure that all of the new people are able to work on the things that they need to work on. And we haven't had quite as much time as we did in the past to do playtesting and that kind of thing. Starting June 10th, though, we are looking forward to welcoming everyone to make a REVN account and play with us. Uh, Access will start on June 10th. You'll be able to play for the weekend. We'll do a special stress test. Like Alistair said, there'll be a promo code, maybe some other events going on during the weekend. And then after the weekend is over, account signups will remain open so you can continue playing the game after that weekend is over and continue signing up and inviting your friends to play as well. So we look forward to playing REVN with everybody on June 10th. In the meantime, I would encourage you to join our Discord server. You can find a link on revngame.com. Follow us on Twitter at revngame on there. Um, Otherwise, have a great weekend. In the meantime, we will continue putting up patches every Monday for players who already have access to the game. So you'll see this patch going live on Monday. We'll do some playtesting on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll do another community stream on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. You know what would be a great way to end these slides, Alistair?
Mm.
If we just like posted each week's schedule of events at the end of the slides every week, because
Oh yeah,
we
no,
have
that's a
like
good
4
idea.
events every week, and
That like reoccurring, yeah.
yeah, and we could just like have a slide that's like these are the times, these are the events, and we can like remind people because I feel like it's a good thing we should be doing.
Yeah,
All
no,
right,
for sure. Then we don't have to go June 10th, June 10th, June 10th
yeah,
at the end
yeah.
of every stream. Yeah.
All right,
No.
cool. We'll make sure to add that to the template for the slides. Um, Shadowbus says we need more teaser screenshot videos. I know he has a few Launchpad memes. Should I share some Launchpad memes to close out the stream? I feel like we should. Let me go find some.
I have a launch pad beam.
Oh no,
Uh,
not that one.
Not that one.
No, we can show that one. Where's the Launchpad memes? Here we go. Um, if I have to somehow get this on stream. Okay. Um, there we go. Okay, so this was the first one.
Let's go, shield bot. Up into the sky. He's gone nowhere.
I love
More of a
this one.
trampoline than a launch pad.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, let me see what else we've got here. Um, oh, there's this one. Let's bring it over here again. This is just the trampoline, but from the player perspective. Unless, yeah, and then I think you
You
can even like just send you into outer space eventually. Um, let's
Do we
see.
have Robert's launch to death?
Oh yeah, this one's great. Yeah, Launchpad required a lot of tuning.
Yeah, this one's a classic, and you'll see his character can't actually stop himself, so he just
Yeah,
launches himself in.
I quite enjoyed that one.
That was funny.
Yeah, and then there's Alistair's meme. Where is that? This one's a personal attack.
For anyone who's been playtesting for the past couple of months, you've probably seen the heat rays and freeze ray and flamethrower being disabled for a bug,
Mm-hmm.
which has just
Mm-hmm.
been a long-lasting, difficult thorn in our side. Um, so there we
I
have it.
like I said, I feel personally attacked by this meme. Don't really have anything else to say about this. Um, but hey, we've got jump pads, so like
I showed this to a friend of mine, and he said, "Hey, but jump pads are awesome."
exactly
And
right.
I-
Like I feel like I was in the right here. I feel like this was the correct thing to do. Although to be fair, jump pads are something that Rob worked on. And I'm supposed to be working on heat ray and freeze ray and flamethrower, so like I really don't have any excuses. I didn't even work on the jump pads. Um, Shadow says I got told to make launch pads. I made launch pads. Yeah, really looking forward to playtesting with everybody next week. We've got a lot of fun stuff in this patch. It's been absolutely incredible being able to bring so many more people onto the team. People have been watching these streams for a long time know that up until pretty recently there was basically 6 people and only 3 of us were full time and we were doing the best we could. We now have a team that is quite a bit larger than that. We're all full time now. We're all able to work on the game every single day as much as we want. Um, and we've made probably as much progress in the last 2 weeks as we would have made in a month and a half previously. And that's with us still doing training. So it's just going to be even better than this, moving forward, which is super exciting.
All right, we'll try not to get too teary-eyed at the end of every stream from here
Yep,
on out.
yep. All right. Well, wrapping things up, we will see you guys on June 10th for more playtesting. if you don't already have an account. If you do have an account, we'll see you next week for the playtesting on Tuesday.
All right, see you guys next week.